Jersey Invitational Basketball Tournament. Tonight's first matchup features the number 6 seeded Knights of Sterling High School against number 7 seeded Braves of Williamstown High School. Before we get started, let's do a few reminders this evening. There's no smoking allowed anywhere in the building or on school grounds. There is no food and drink allowed inside the gymnasium. The refreshment stand and restrooms are located in the lobby. Students are not permitted to leave and re-enter the building. Finally, this is a scholastic event. Good sportsmanship is expected of all fans at all times. Any fan using abusive language or displaying unsportsmanlike behavior of any kind will be ejected immediately. And now it's time for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Knights of Sterling High School. At forward, number 50, she's a junior, Rachel Hodge. Also at forward, number 30, she's a junior, Tanjae Lewis. At one guard, number 23, she's a freshman, Anyssa Sanchez. Also at guard, number 5, she's a junior, Monica Burch. And the other guard, number 10, she's a junior, Kylie O'Donnell. Third and the coach is Jade McDonald. This is our Tim McDonald, Matt McPherson, John Doherty, and Ken Lennox. And now starting line for the Braves of Williamstown High School. At one forward, number 2, she's a senior, Briana White. At the other forward, number 34, she's a junior, Shannon Grim F. At one guard, number 23, she's a junior, Jade Bonder. Also at guard, number 3, she's a junior, Courtney Caulfield. And the other guard, number 32, she's a senior, Jessica Martinez. There's our coach by Ms. Karen Gilmore, Hertz's Massage, Mr. Darren Stone, Mr. Jay Reed, and Mr. John Colton. This time, I ask you all, please remove your hats to the singing of the national anthem by the Williamstown High School Select Singers.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special presentation here of Sterling Girls Basketball. This is the South Jersey Invitational Basketball Tournament, the Final Four, Eastern Rancocas Valley, Sterling, and Williamstown. Tonight, the Lady Knights take on the Lady Braves of Williamstown. Tad Kazaneski joined with Danny Farr. And Dan, you've had some experience of some games in here. And the first thing you notice when you come into this gym, it's very wide, and the shooting angles make it tough for shooters.
Shooting angles and the depth perception. Baskets are a good 30 feet from the back walls here. So, yeah, it's a different look for the girls' night. I'm talking to the kids from the past. It is a different look. And, it'll take a little bit of adjustment, but we'll see what happens.
So the Sterling Lady Knights will be in the visiting blue. Williamstown also in blue, but they will be in the white with the blue today. Sterling will go left to right and Williamstown right to left. Williamstown, one of the biggest, still growing here in South Jersey. So a big test today for Sterling. Rachel Hodge, the jump center for Williamstown. It'll be Briana White. Winner of this will go to the championship round as Sterling will take over the tap. And we're just underway here from a really neat gym in Williamstown. Kylie O'Donnell, foul line extended right. Man-to-man defense early on for Williamstown. There's Hodge, top of the key. Going inside, Monica Burch. Monica Burch for 2, and Sterling is on the board first. So Sterling on the board first. They start with their man-to-man defense. Early on, I don't know, Dan, you look at some of the taller girls from the Braves, it looks like we match up pretty decent with this team.
See how we go, matchup-wise that way. But speed, I think, we'll see how the Lady Knights handle moving the ball around. Usually that's an advantage for the Lady Knights, so we'll see if what kind of speed Williamstown has.
And this is usually what they'll do. They'll give it to Burch. Burch brings it quickly across the timeline, passes out for Sanchez. Sanchez misses short, grabs her own rebound. Here's Kylie O'Donnell. Now O'Donnell looks to set things up, and here comes Burch. It's going to be very tough for any team to try and full-court press Sterling with the speed of Monica Burch, who may be one of the quickest guards in South Jersey. Tanjae Lewis on her left side. That's her strong side, and there'll be a foul in the play. Briana White, that'll be her first and the team's first. So Sterling with the 2-point lead here. 6:49 to play here in the first quarter. Tanjae Lewis to the free throw line. It's good to see Tanjae driving like that from the high post. Makes so Lewis is on the board. Her first points of the night. And this is on the second. Sanchez got a hand on it, and it'll be Williamstown ball. So Williamstown looking for their first points of the night. They trail at 3-0. There's a pass to nowhere in the corner. Kind of confusing. There are 2 lines down there, but it did stay in bounds. Here comes Burch. Inside to Hodge. Hodge from 10 feet, no good. Sterling will hold possession of the ball. First sub of the game coming in for Williamstown. Dana Feifel will come into the game. O'Donnell inbounds to Burch. Here's Lewis. Now O'Donnell out to set things up against the man defense. Here's O'Donnell. Yep, picks it up. Sanchez. Burch right up the lane. Switches, hits the bottom of the rim. No good. Early on, though, Sterling getting some pretty good looks at the basket. In the corner, the Braves really haven't had a good shot as of yet. They go inside. Nice play, and there'll be a foul on Kylie O'Donnell coming in to help.
O'Donnell reaching in on the play. Should go to the line for 2. Short on the first attempt.
So Briana White, a senior, she will get one more. Again, Williamstown looking for their first points of the night. Does not get the roll there. Lewis on the rebound. Just under 6 minutes to go, first quarter. Lady Knights lead it by 3. Looking for Hodge. Not a good pass there. A little too long on that one.
A little bit of a force on that one. You got to see the pass before you just go with it. And I think sometimes the girls tend to try to run the play, whether it's the look is there or not. Here's Monica back setting up something new.
Let's see if you can get a hot hand. For the most part, the last few games, there's an errant pass, but Hodge does a good job to catch it. So you can be the hot lady Knight out here. There's Tanjae Lewis. Nice drive by Lewis, and Lewis converts. So Tanjae Lewis now with a couple more points. Sterling leads at 5-0. That was Lewis's first 2 of the night. Nice play again inside. Converted, and Dan, this was kind of the problem when they played Haddonfield the other night. A lot of open looks for Haddonfield. The only difference tonight is Williamstown's making their shots. Haddonfield didn't. Whistle stops play here. That's something I think defensively the Lady Knights are going to have to fix, these open looks that these other teams are getting.
Yeah, fixing the open looks and making sure we make our own layups. We've all throughout the year we've had a problem with just making not uncontested layups, but partially contested layups, and it just seems like we miss an awful lot of those easy baskets.
And during the regular season, you can get away from that, but when you start getting to the playoffs and these big games at the end, those are the kind of points that really come back to bite you. Sterling leading at 5-2, under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Final four of this Invitational tournament. Looking to go to Hodge. They say no now. O'Donnell. Sterling definitely more patient, though, when they started the season. They tended to want to get the shot up within the first 10 seconds or so. Now, at least they've done a good job being very patient on offense. O'Donnell drives, picks it back out. Now should put up a three, but that surprised all of us. No good. Lewis on the rebounds. Shot is short. What a job so far by Tanjae.
Yeah, Tanjae is taking control underneath both ends of the court. And TJ will have two at the line.
So Lewis will get two, makes her first. Substitution coming into the game. This is Tyra Satchel into the game. She replaced Anyssa Sanchez. So we go freshman for freshman. Second shot, no good. So both times down. Tanjae Lewis 1 for 2. Lady Knights by 4, about halfway through the first quarter. Nice drive and a kick out there. Nice drive again, open left hand, but Rachel Hodge blocks it. This is a three, and this is in. Three-pointer by Jade Bonder. She's a sophomore, and it makes it a 1-point game. And again, an open look at that one. Sterling looks to O'Donnell across the timeline. Ooh, we're going to get a push against Tanjae Lewis. She knew it as soon as she pushed off there, trying to get open.
Early on here, I see a lot of girls slipping. At least the Sterling girls seem to be slipping. I don't know whether the floor to me looks like a little bit on the unwaxed side, so you have to get used to that a little bit.
Tanjae Lewis had it on the floor, still loose. Lewis, nice job to pick that up. And hurt on the play is Jade Bonder. She's slow getting up. Lewis going the corner. O'Donnell wants a three. She puts it off. No good. Rebounded Burch. Burch goes up strong. Almost a chance for a three-point play. She'll shoot two.
A good strong play by Monica. Take it to the hole. And she'll go to the line for two.
Mr. Schulzger. And now coming out, as we mentioned, injured on the play was Jade Bonder. She ran into Tanjae Lewis very hard. She goes down. She's definitely shaken up as Monica Burch goes to the free throw line. Burch makes her first. Monica now with 3 points tonight. Trying to put the Knights up by 3 here. This is that shot again. So all 3 Knights make the first, miss the second, but they get the rebound. Steal here. Good job to come away with that as Jessica Martinez. Shot misses there. Nice rebound, and the Braves set it up. Open in the corner. This is a 3. That shot is no good. Here come the Lady Knights. Lady Knights lead it by 2 under 3 minutes to go first quarter. Here's Rachel Hodge. Nice move by Hodge. Misses the shot. Loose ball. Satchel picks it up. Gets it out to Burch, and they'll set up the offense. Man-to-man defense still for Williamstown. Here's Satchel. Tanjae Lewis swings it out for Burch. 2.5 to go here in this first quarter. Lewis. Both big girls out high. Thought about going to Burch, not there. O'Donnell. Now Lewis. Here's Satchel. Satchel drives the lane. 5-footer, hard off the glass, a little too hard. We're going to have a jump ball called. The possession arrow looks like it'll go the other way. Sub in the game for the Braves. Number 10, Drupa Rehad. Mimi Cook actually checked that comes in. So 2 minutes to go this quarter. Lady Knights hold a 2-point lead. It's almost like each team running each other's offense here. There's one in the corner, knocked down. Satchel knocks it down. Hodge picks it up. Here comes Burch. Burch, nice spin move, loses the handle, and we're going to get a foul on the floor against Williamstown. Boy, she is so quick.
It's been an odd first quarter here. You feel like the Knights should be up by a lot more than just 2. They've controlled the play, and they've gotten a lot of turnovers, but just not converting it into any points.
That was the 4th team foul against Williamstown. Sterling with 2 team fouls thus far. Nice move by Kylie. Now Monica Burch to set things up. Hodge really working inside. Again, I think Sterling has a little bit of a height advantage in size if they can get it in a low post. All right, they'll set up their playing. Kylie O'Donnell inside for Hodge. Hodge turns and converts. Nice play inside. And for Rachel Hodge, her first 2 of the game. Knights lead it by 4. A minute and some change to go here in the first quarter. And we have a double dribble and a turnover against Williamstown. In the game for Sterling, Anyssa Sanchez, she'll replace Rachel Hodge. 1:05 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Knights lead at 9-5. Nice offensive set there, Dan, that last time down.
It's nice to see Rachel get the ball down on the block where she can handle it and make a strong, confident move to the basket.
Inside off Tanjae's foot and a turnover. So the Braves have a chance now here to get his last shot if they choose. Nice fake inside, driving baseline. Good kick out pass there, but Mimi Cook will hold it out. Here is a 3, and that shot is no good. Rebounded by Cook. Tanjae Lewis is run into. Now Lewis looks hurt. They'll play on, though. Here's Monica Burch. Nice spin move inside. Burch shot no good. Tanjae Lewis staying down the other end of the floor. She's fighting through this one. Final 18 seconds of the first quarter. Someone wide open in the corner now that Kylie gets on her. Final 10 seconds. Nice move there. Going around with it here is Martinez into the corner, shot short. And that is going to do it for action in the first quarter from Williamstown. Lady Braves lead the Lady Knights 9-5. Again, we mentioned the other 2 teams that are involved in this tournament. Eastern is going to play Rancocas Valley. Of course, the Lady Knights have already played Eastern at the time for 1 team. So, Dan, the first thing you see when you look at this, you have Eastern, Rancocas Valley, Williamstown, and Sterling. 3 big schools and little old Sterling.
Yeah, well, Sterling's always been in basketball the little school that could. I mean, only small schools would win the TSC back in 2001. And we've seen Eastern and earlier this year, so we know what they have. Big girl in the middle, excellent job, does an excellent job going to Richmond next year. So, you know, if we can get past this game, and I would assume that Eastern, being the number 1 seed in South Jersey, would be favored to win later. In fact, looks like the Vikings have just entered the building for their game later.
So we're getting ready for second quarter action here from Williamstown. Tad Kozaneski, Dan Farr, and of course John Daly, nice enough to bring his equipment down here so we can tape this game. So far, a very enjoyable game. Glad you're with us. Through the first half, Tanjae Lewis, Monica Burch, 3 points for the Lady Knights. That leads the Knights. Jade Bonder had a 3-pointer for the Braves. So 9-5 as we start the second quarter. Lady Knights with the ball, they lead it. Burch to her right, goes in for Hodge, and that is taken away by Briana White. Braves trailing by 4. Thinking about 3. Nice drive base on both. We have a travel there. That was a real nice help defensively there. I believe that was Sanchez that came in. But you got to watch giving up that baseline. Here's Monica Burch. The press breaker. Here she comes. She may go all the way. Inside Sanchez. Sanchez off the glass. Here comes a fast break. Straight down the floor. This is Caulfield. Hard off the glass. Sanchez on the rebound. Yeah, it's amazing, Dan, how many times Burch drives the floor. A lot of the Lady Knights are off guard, like not a pass. I would expect a pass any time from her.
Yeah, I would expect a pass, but I'm not sure Monica should be passing it as much as she does. You know, sometimes you're giving up what would be an easier shot. I mean, she was closer to the basket there than Anyssa was, and go up and probably get fouled. So I don't know. That maybe that extra pass to get a 5-foot shot, a 3-foot shot might be a little bit too much.
You get a good look as you saw to the right of your screen. We're in a huge gym. This might be one of the biggest gyms in South Jersey. There's a lot of room on that right side. Here's Burch. No foul. They play on. Down on the break, this is Martinez. Martinez lays it in, and it's a 2-point game. So that's almost a 4-point turnaround there, Dan.
They're quickly back down the floor. Here's Sanchez going up. Just going to call travel on her. And another turnover.
So far, Sterling getting some good looks. They're controlling the glass, so that seems to be one area that they're being able to go with. But a 4-point turnaround makes it a 2-point game. Williamstown a chance to tie it up with a 2-pointer. Knights in their 1-0. Nice play. One-handed grab. Boy, NBA-type grab by Rachel Hodge. Satchel. Inside for Hodge. Hodge there, and she is called with a jump ball. Sterling will stay with it, but a jump ball nonetheless.
That's a tough call there. I thought the girl was behind her.
Well, I guess there was a mix-up with the possession arrow. They're saying it's going to be Williamstown ball. They switched the arrow at the last second. I think when they start the second quarter, they forgot to switch it. But two athletic plays by Rachel Hodge. You don't see taller players with that type of skill. She did a nice job there. There's a 5-footer. That shot doesn't fall. Easy putback by Briana White. It's her first 2. Now tied at 9. Here's full court break and a steal. Satchel takes it right back. They try and get it to Burch. Burch, she's going to lose the hand. Boy, they're going to give this one to Sterling. I think Sterling catches a break there, and Sterling will call a well-timed timeout by Coach McDonald's. They were looking a little shaky breaking the press.
Sterling's got to start looking for some outside shooting here. Tonight they seem to be forcing everything inside, which may have been the strategy coming in, but you have to, after a while, once in a while, take an outside shot and hopefully make a couple. I know there was a problem last night in the Haddonfield game, too. I was told, I only saw the last quarter and the overtime, but I was told that the outside shooting last night was a little bit lacking also. So what I thought was going to be a more outside shooting team earlier in the year has turned into a more inside presence. And we got to find our niche in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I think that's a Kylie O'Donnell. Kylie O'Donnell needs to start making some of these outside shots. It's going to open up the defense. Monica Burch breaks the timeline. She's got numbers if she wants to go. Nice pass to Hodge, and Hodge converts. But what a pass there by Monica Burch. That was not an easy pass to make. Lady Knights get the lead back. They lead it by 2. 5:40 to play until the half. Again, Sterling pretty much facing their own offense they run here, so they're used to practicing against this. Going to require a lot of help, especially in the low post. Here's a 3-pointer. That is in and out. Boy, that looked good as it went off, but came out. Here's O'Donnell. O'Donnell kicks it out for Burch. Back to O'Donnell. She traveled. Turnover. Dan, you were commenting as they were coming down.
Yeah, I was commenting to attack. It just seems like Kylie hesitant to drive in the lane. That's not usually her game. She's usually on the floor more than anybody else on the court.
Tanjae Lewis comes back into the game for Sterling, replaces Tyra Satchel. So now Sterling a definite height advantage, and now a travel again. Somehow Briana White got the rebound in between the 2 trees of Sterling, but she travels. 5:02 to go here in the first half. There's a giveaway, and we should have been tied, and we're not. Sterling catches another break. Here's Burch. Burch, look out. She loses it. Oh, nice play and a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play for Anyssa Sanchez.
Great job by Anyssa to pick up the loose ball underneath and convert. The Knights have to talk in transition here. They're trying to force the ball to Monica all the time. Getting Monica the ball in trouble. Have to make sure she knows when she's got pressure coming from behind.
Sanchez's shot is good. A big one there. Sanchez, the freshman, now with 3. Sterling now leads it 14-9. 4:45 to play here in the first half. Good help there by Sterling's defense. Well, pretty crafty with some of these guards. That was Martinez tried to go inside. Sterling's defense holding. Nice backdoor pass. Shot falls in. Somehow that came in. Bonder, the sophomore, now with 5 points. Back to a 3-point game. Now Sterling will do the same pretty much. Well, now they're running a slightly different offense. As we're about the halfway point to go here in this first half. Hodge out to Burch. There's Tanjae Lewis. Rachel Hodge. Hodge drives the lane, loses the handle. She goes down hard, and we have travel against Sterling. Pretty good try initially by Hodge, but she got tied up. Williamstown with a 3 can tie it. Across the 3-point land, driving with it here is White. She backs it in, looks for a bounce pass. Good job by Kylie O'Donnell to knock it down. Lady Knights a chance to set up their offense. 3:20 to go first half. Lady Knights lead at 14-11. O'Donnell, she can go for this. She does, off the glass, and it falls. Nice aggressive play there for O'Donnell, and that's what you were looking for from her.
Absolutely. Kylie's a leader on this team, and she's got a more offensive role.
So O'Donnell gets the basket. That was her first 2 points of the night. As Williamstown misses, and there's Lewis to bring it up. Another rebound by Tanjae Lewis as we're under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Burch for a 2-pointer, short. Williamstown on the rebound. Williamstown running the floor, kick out in the corner. This is a 3, in and out again. So far, Sterling getting the benefit of some Williamstown misses. Williamstown to set it up. Sterling holds in their man defense. Burch holds her ground. This is Bonder. She's the leading scorer. Nice play out in the corner. Grim off the glass. And Grim, her first 2 points of the game. It's now a 16-13 Sterling lead. 2:15 to go here in the first half. Burch thinks about it. Now she'll set it up. Monica right up the middle. Nice drive. Scoops. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Monica can get to the basket almost any time she wants. She handles the ball so well. As she grows, both physically and mentally, she'll learn how to get those baskets to fall. And she misses the first.
Burch will get one more. Back in for Sterling will be Tyra Satchel. Also in the game for Williamstown, Mimi Cook. Burch trying to put the Lady Knights up by 4. She does. Burch now with 4 points. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 17-13. Sterling leads it. Williamstown with the ball. Williamstown's been pretty crafty on their offense, just of missing their shots thus far. Off field, up off a foot. Almost back court. Good job to bring that in by Bonder. Bonder drives the lane, kicks it out. This is a 3. Martinez, no. Nice, almost rebound by Satchel, but off Satchel's hands. Stay Williamstown ball. 1:32 to play, first half. Sterling going to a zone look here. Let's see how Williamstown attacks the zone. They'll get a 3 on this. Ooh, in and out. Rebounded by Satchel. 1:20 to play, first half. Sterling by 4. Burch has that spread open floor. Now O'Donnell. Back out to Burch. Just about 1 minute to go here in this first half. Has Hodge if she wants her. Now a little bit late, and it's stolen away by Caulfield. Had her early, but the pass was knocked down. Good pass up the side here. Here's Grim. Grim drives, kicks it back out. This is a travel. Thought you might get a 3-point chance there, but it travels the call with 50 seconds to play here in the first half. All right, looks like Coach O'Donnell has called for one shot here, so they'll try and run some clock as we have 46 seconds and counting to play in the first half. Satchel. Now gets it out to Hodge. Now Burch, 35 seconds and counting. Tanjae Lewis now for Hodge. Hodge picks it back up. Ooh, geez, almost knocked Kylie over with that pass. Lewis thinking about it. Now here's Burch. They had 30 seconds, 12 seconds now to play here in this first half. They up 10, they will go. Here's Burch. Burch picks it back out. 6, 5 seconds. Contact, offensive foul against Monica Burch. That'll be her first and the team's third. So with 3.3 seconds to go, Williamstown has a chance here before the half. Jade Bonder, 2, 1. This will count if it goes, and it just misses. So the Lady Knights lead through one half of play here from Williamstown. They lead at 17-13. We'll be back with more action in a moment. And we want to welcome everybody back to Williamstown. Tad Kazaniski here for Channel 19, joined by Kevin Schulz. And Kevin, your thoughts as you join us here and what you saw in that first half?
Well, both teams can definitely run the floor. And I think if you this game, just like some of the recent games, and I think, and you look at it from the standpoint of both teams offensively, if they can get an outside game going, get something going from the perimeter, I think that would be the way either team could pull away. But right now, it's just a game where both teams are running the floor, and if they're going to make something, if they've been able to make something happen in this first half, it's been in very close. So, you know, if you can get the perimeter game going, spread things out, I think that can again be a way that way for both teams to get things going offensively.
So Lady Knights will take the floor first. It'll be O'Donnell, Sanchez, Hodge, Lewis, and Burch to start things here in the second half. Lady Knights with a lead of 17-13. The winner of this in this South Jersey Invitational Tournament will take on the winner of Eastern and Rancocas Valley for this Invitational Tournament championship. So let's see if the Lady Knights can hold on to a 4-point lead. The final 16 in this game from Williamstown. Here's Burch quickly to the hoop. Little hard off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Briana White. Here come the Lady Braves. Open in the corner. They've had some open looks here thus far. That's White. White drives. Nice drive for White. And White converts. She now has 4 points in this game.
Yeah, White right there showed a lot of offensive ability. She's a girl where if you give her a little bit of daylight, she can take advantage of it, and that's what she did in that play right there.
Down to a 2-point game as the Lady Knights face the man-to-man defense. Burch over for Hodge. Now Lewis looking. Goes open for O'Donnell for 3. Short. They fight for the rebound. Coming up with his Burch, and probably one of the smallest players on the court converts for 2.
Yeah, that's the advantage when you have Monica Burch over the floor. She can go down low, and if the other team even gets in a position where they want the fast break on, she can actually even get back. So her speed made that play.
Williamstown on the miss. Here's Burch again. Looking. Picks it up herself. A little too high off the glass. Grabs her own rebound again. O'Donnell, nice drive. Left hand off the glass for 2, and the Lady Knights are surging. O'Donnell with 4, they lead it by 6.
Yeah, and they're well aware that Kylie O'Donnell's the outside shooting threat, can make it from the perimeter, and you see right there they guarded her closely. She took the pump fake and had that great first step and was able to go in for an easy layup.
Coach Karen Dillmore of Williamstown not very happy. It's something on the far side, but she's not going to win that battle with the officials. As Sterling off to a good start here in this second half. 4 quick points. They lead at 21-15. Sanchez. Lewis. Back out for Burch. Getting very patient on the offense for the Lady Knights. Burch right up the middle. Kicks it out. O'Donnell for 3. Kaboom!
Yeah, that's what Kylie O'Donnell does best. And if you look at this game compared to last night's game, I feel like they're getting more chances offensively. I don't think Williamstown is the same team from a defensive standpoint that we saw last night against Haddonfield.
So with that three-pointer, Lady Knights go up 24-15. And again, Kevin, I've kind of talked to people, off the air that I think Kylie O'Donnell's the key to postseason success. She's got to get streaky. She's got to start making these shots from outside, and she's got to find a way to string them together.
Yeah, and that can just open up their whole half-court offense. She's able to make the outside shots. It's going to spread out teams. They have to respect that. If they don't have an outside scoring threat, everybody can just collapse down, and that really hurts Sterling in their half-court offense.
So after the Williamstown timeout, 5:50 to go here, third quarter, the Lady Knights lead it by 9. That's their biggest lead of the game. Pretty much facing the same type offense they practice against are the Lady Knights. A screen and motion offense. Nice play here. There's a travels. Thinking about it was Bonder. I think she was surprised how open she was there.
Yeah, she was, and I've seen Williamstown also get open. They have some speed. And one thing you've seen from Sterling is the last couple nights, they really have impressed because they're going against teams that have speed and have the ability to break this press. So they just sit back and play good defense, but they haven't been pressing like they had in recent games.
Looking for Hodge. They overthrow her. Here comes the break. Martinez has her pocket picked by Monica Burch, who ran right into Kylie O'Donnell. Boy, Monica Burch, you are not going to beat her. I don't care where you're going. Lady Knights hold a 9-point lead as Williamstown inbound under their own basket. Now Sterling in a zone defense. They go to 2-3 now. Shot from the outside, no good. Rebounded by Sanchez. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Looking for Hodge. Let's see, was it tipped? They say no. Williamstown ball. And Kevin, that goes down the books. One of the things that's hurt Sterling this year is unforced turnovers, and there was one right there.
Yeah, they go through stretches where they make good decisions. They know when to slow it up, but there's times where they go through streaks, like you said, Tad, where they have some bad passes, and it can really hurt them.
Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Right now, Lady Knights in control, doing the little things they have to do for the most part to stay ahead. Looking to go inside, nothing there. Good defense by Hodge. Williamstown has a lot of places to go here. Shot from Martinez. Kylie O'Donnell had it and lost it. Good tap out on the play by Grim. Here's a three-pointer. This is Martinez. She misses. Williamstown, nice pass inside, and it's converted by Briana White, who now has 6 points.
Yeah, and that's a play where Sterling really has to look for girls to box out. Didn't do a real good job there defensively under the boards boxing out, and Williamstown's a team that's going to take advantage of that if you don't box out.
7-point lead for the Lady Knights. Here's O'Donnell. Does she want it? She'll take it for 3. Short. Williamstown picks it up on the rebound is Caulfield. Caulfield will slow it down. And Williamstown again trailing it now by 7 points. Going to go inside, drive, and we're going to get a reach-in foul against Tanjae Lewis. For Tanjae, that'll be her second.
Yeah, an aggressive play there by Tanjae. But you have to think at halftime, I'm sure Donald said to Kylie O'Donnell, hey, keep shooting. You're going to get in your rhythm. You're our outside shooter. And that's what looks like what she's doing in the second half.
Monica Burch picks up the rebound off the three-point miss. Burch, coast to coast, off the glass for 2. She is unstoppable. 8 points for Monica Burch, leading scorer in the game.
As we always say, by far and away the fastest player we've seen, and we've seen some top teams, but nobody's as fast as Monica Burch running the floor.
There's a kick out for 3. Another shot missed by Williamstown. Good box out by Lewis. Burch picks it up. They've got a 3-on-2 if they want to go with it. Nice pass to O'Donnell. Shot short. O'Donnell, though, grabs her own rebound and a chance for the Lady Knights to set up. O'Donnell for 3. Short. Big kick out. Lewis tries to save it. Going down hard is O'Donnell. Slow getting up, but she'll catch up. There's a pass in the corner. Williamstown. Down baseline. Boy, this girl, White, very strong. She's a senior, and she traveled, and a turnover.
Yeah, she really uses her body. Good down low. She's a big girl, but at the same time, she's very quick, has a quick first step. She's somebody, even if she's guarded tightly by somebody, she can really do a job and break somebody down and go to the hole.
Mimi Cook now in the game for the Lady Braves. 2:40 and counting to play third quarter. Lady Knights by 9, 26-17. O'Donnell does a good job to catch that. Inside to Hodge. Here's Burch. Doesn't like what she sees. They'll set it up again. Lady Knights don't have to be in any kind of rush here. Sanchez. Nice drive by Sanchez. Hard off the glass. Lewis can't get it. O'Donnell thought about 3, now drives. And she is knocked down. Williamstown now grabs it. A team. Now Williamstown has numbers. Here comes Caulfield. She shoots it short. Hodge has it. Let's see who keeps it. They're going to say Sterling balls. Williamstown with a couple subs coming in. Dana Fife comes in and Tina Porter into the game.
Yeah, real nice hustle by Burch to cut off Caulfield. But that's a play where you always tell your girls, instead of just fading away and putting a shot up, go to the basket hard. You're either going to get the shot, get the basket, get the foul, or even the best case scenario, get the basket and go to the line for a three-point play. And to Sterling's credit, that's one thing we always say, looking at Sterling from 2 years ago till now, when you look at Kylie O'Donnell, you look at Monica Burch, they go to the hole very hard. They're able to draw the foul. And even the two younger players coming in here, Anyssa Sanchez and Tyra Satchel, they don't play like freshmen. They go to the basket very hard, and a lot of times you'll see them on the line just because they're aggressive going to the hole. They draw the foul and put themselves in a good situation.
Very interesting season this year for the Lady Knights of Sterling. No seniors on the floor coming into this game in the Courier Post, the number 5 team in South Jersey. Talking to some reporters last night, especially if Sterling goes far this year, there's a pretty good chance Sterling could open up as the number 1 team next year in South Jersey. So kind of a preview of things to come. We'll see what happens here as we get ready to round things out here in the third quarter. Again, 2:02 to play, third quarter. Full court pressure on for Williamstown. Sterling leads at 26-17. Now Burch will bring it up herself. Tyra Satchel now, far side. Here's Lewis. Now Burch. Again, with a 9-point lead, you can take your time. Look for the best shot. This is where the Lady Knights have to learn and been doing it very good throughout the second half of the season. Hodge looking to go inside, nothing there. Satchel. Coach clapping in the background, very happy with the work she's seeing. O'Donnell pulls it out. And now we have, a foul, I believe, against Tyra Satchel. So Tyra Satchel trying to get open away from the ball, draws the foul.
Yeah, again, just like last night, a lot of tough play, a lot of aggressiveness away from the ball. But interestingly, you see Williamstown being down by 9 points here. The last time Sterling went up the floor, they went with the press. So they're really feeling a sense of urgency right now with 1:13 remaining here.
Sterling on the defense, leading it by 9, right up the paint. Shot no good. Satchel on the rebound. As we hit the 1 minute mark to go here in this third quarter, Sterling still holding a 9-point lead. Again, being very patient with the offense. That's the way you want to be. Make a good shot. That's the advantage of not having a shot clock in high school basketball. There's no hurry. Monica knows that. She backs it up. It's Kylie O'Donnell now. Hodge. Back to Burch. Being very deliberate. Looking inside. Tanjae Lewis comes out to help out. Whoops. Now Burch. 20 seconds to go, third quarter. O'Donnell. Burch. Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Oh, Burch off her foot. Williamstown picks it up. O'Donnell steals it 2 seconds, 1 second. This will count if it goes. A little bit long, but a very good quarter for Sterling as they lead at 26-16. Williamstown only able to score 4 points in that quarter. Sterling picked up 9.
Yeah, and one thing you saw from Sterling in this third quarter, was they were able to make the most of their offensive opportunities. And I think in the first part of this game, there was a lot of opportunities that they missed on, whether they were layups that went wide. And even last night, again, I know we're referring back to that game, there was some offensive opportunities where you felt like, even though it was a tight game, they could have pulled away at certain points. But in this third quarter, they just took advantage of every offensive opportunity that was afforded them, that they earned and that Williamstown had given them.
I want to take this time to thank John Daly, longtime assistant coach here of Sterling High School, who's nice enough to bring the camera and hook this up so we can get a little extra bonus footage on the channel. I hope you're enjoying that here tonight. Many people will recognize John throughout the gym. I think anytime you go to girls' basketball games since the beginning of time, John has been here. We get ready for the fourth quarter here. Tad Kozaneski, Kevin Schulz, and of course John Daly, and of course Dan Fars will bring you all the action. Lady Knights leading it by 9 as we start the fourth quarter. Team fouls really have not been a factor. Williamstown has 2 team fouls. Sterling has none. So Williamstown going to have their work cut out for them if they want to come back and take the lead. Where Sterling is going to take their time, be patient, don't have to force anything. Let's see if Williamstown elects to go sometime to a 3-point game. Almost a travel there. As that was Porter that almost turned that over. Ooh, just able to get that one off. Going inside, ball loose. Let's see who's got it. Rachel Hodge. What a play by Hodge.
Yeah, that's one thing we've seen from Rachel Hodge over the last few years, that she's the one girl who's always, not that the other girl, she'll dive on the floor, roll around, and do what it takes to get a ball or get a rebound.
Between her and Kylie, each one of them coming away with bumps and bruises in each game. Lady Knights still lead it by 9. There's Hodge with the ball. Now Lewis. There's O'Donnell. Thought about 3. Looking to go inside. Nothing there. Oh, there's not a good pass, but Hodge picks it up. Satchel almost fouled, and now they call a travel after what could have been a foul.
Yeah, that was a tight one there. But tough call there for Sterling. But it'll be interesting to see as we get further along. Again, you saw the press later by Williamstown in the latter part of the third quarter. It'll be interesting to see if they really start to press Sterling as we look at about 6:50 here left in the fourth quarter.
Briana White, number 2 now in the game for Williamstown. 6:40 and counting to play in the game. Lady Knights by 9. That's Martinez. Baseline, TJ, nice D. That's a jump ball. Nice defensive play by Tanjae Lewis.
Yeah, I think that's a good example when we talk about aggressive defense, but not over-aggressive defense where you're under control. And she just made the right play right there, and it started with great position.
Monica Burch breaks the press into the corner. Sanchez, this is a 2-pointer. It's good. Again, it is a 2-pointer for Tyra Satchel. Check that. No, that was Satchel. My bad. Boy, my eyes are fighting me right now. Now we get a whistle. It's against Sterling. But what a shot there by the freshman.
Yeah, and that's it. We were saying how Kylie has the outside shot, but really at this point, if you can get an outside game from anybody, it's just going to open things up and allow Monica Burch to find some daylight and go to the hole and either draw a foul or get the easy layup.
Foul went against Monica Burch. That's her second. Right now, here's her and Kylie running the floor. Burch has it knocked down. Nice defensive play. Jessica Martinez. Sterling will hold possession of the ball. 6 minutes, 4 seconds to play in the game. Sterling holding an 11-point lead now. Here's Burch. Now Lewis. And O'Donnell will set things up. Goes off the pick nicely. Pick and roll Lewis. Into the corner. Here's Burch. Almost traveled there. Comes back out with it. Look at Burch. Keeps it in. Nice play and gets back on the side of the floor. All right, they called a backcourt. John Daly says, yeah, backcourt violation. She caught it in the air after her feet were already on the other side of the court. You have to land in established position. Good hustle play nonetheless.
Yeah, because you have to get the ref was right there, the angle right there. So in that play, I think we're just going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Williamstown for 3. That shot is short. Hodge gets a nice rebound on the big hop. And it's all up to Monica Burch. 5.5 minutes the Lady Knights have to kill, leading it by 11 to try and get this Invitational Tournament Championship. Monica Burch goes short. Back up and converted. How about that? Anyssa Sanchez, the freshman, now with 5 points.
Yeah, a lot of times you see a freshman come in here and you're worried about their strength underneath against bigger girls. But one thing we've seen from Anyssa Sanchez, she goes up hard, goes up aggressive, and she's one of the very few freshmen that can make a play like that, where she's able to, have the strength and make the shot and also draw the foul.
Speaking of freshmen, the other freshman, Tyra Satchel, now into the game. So 2 freshmen, 3 juniors in the game for Sterling. In and out on that shot. Lewis almost got a hand on it. Sterling 13. 5 minutes, 16 seconds to play in the game. Williamstown driving, shot, no good. Williamstown, Kevin, only 17 points in this game.
Yeah, and I think if Williamstown has any shot, as we look at Burch passing off to O'Donnell, boy, I'll tell you what, they're not getting the calls underneath right there. But if Williamstown has any chance in this game, it's going to be from the perimeter. They have to start making the outside shots. They just haven't been able to do that right now.
Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Williamstown with the ball. Thinking about it, driving inside is White. White picks it up her own shot. No foul there. Boy, they're really letting them play tonight.
Yeah, they are. I mean, and it's no more evident than a couple times down the floor where we, from here, looked like there was a foul on Burch and a foul on O'Donnell, but they didn't call it. So, again, you see right there, you have to give credit to the Sterling defense. If anybody's beat, somebody else comes over and helps out, and it makes it difficult for White underneath, who's a real good one-on-one and tries to break her man down.
Final 4:15 of the game, Sterling by 13. Burch drives the lane. She's got it, and she is blocked. They call it a clean block. Williamstown, that's not a bad foul by O'Donnell there, reaching in before the foul shot. For Kylie, that's going to be her second foul and the team's second.
That's a real good foul. I mean, you have fouls to give, and at this point, even though they're comfortably ahead, you don't want to give up an easy basket.
So now Williamstown with the ball. We hit the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. Sterling leading by 13. Trying to get a 3. This is a 3. This is short. Nice rebound inside. Converted nicely by Briana White. White now with 8 points. That leads Williamstown. We have a timeout with 3:48 to play in the game. Sterling leads it by 11, 30-19.
Yeah, again, I think if you look at the reason for Sterling's success coming out in the second half, converted on offensive opportunities, but also we're seeing tonight what we've seen in the last few games, where the second half they just took over defensively, and you saw that basket there by White. That's one of the few times she's had any open area down low and underneath, and they've just done a phenomenal job with Tanjae Lewis and Rachel Hodge always being in position and defending a girl like White.
And John Daly said he's very surprised that Williamstown is not fouling to try and slow down the game and put Sterling to the free throw line. I'm amazed, though, looking at that scoreboard, seeing 19 points from a Williamstown team, and we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. That's a combination of some great defense, also with some shooting off. But I'll tell you what, Sterling, defensively, they are tough.
Yeah, they're tough defensively, and to add on what John said, I agree with that. But I think Sterling just moves the ball around so quick that in certain situations, I know you want to go for a deliberate foul, but they move the ball around so quick, as we see almost a steal there, they can be tough to foul. I mean, to put.
I would hate to try and chase Monica Burch around, even to foul her. She's just that quick. 3:46 to play. Sterling by 11. Here comes Burch. She can go coast to coast if she wants it. She will go to the line and almost gets the three-point play, and she's a little slow getting up. But again, she poured on the Jets, Kevin. She'll go to the free throw line. She is amazing to watch.
Yeah, and she just gave it that extra push with her body right there. She knew the last 2 times down the floor when she went to the hole, she didn't get the foul. They were tough calls. It was a no call. But right there, you could tell she wanted to either get that basket or draw the foul, and she did a real nice job of using her body when she went up for that layup.
Burch misses her first. She does not take a lot of time shooting her free throw. She almost just stops dribbling and puts it up. Now, this one she takes more time and gets it in. The first one, she kind of rushed her shot. Unofficially, I have her with 12 points. Sterling leads at 31-19. Over Hodge, shot no good. Contested nicely. Going to the free throw line will be Briana White for Williamstown.
Boy, White went up there. I don't know that they even had a hand on her. It looks like they had all ball, but I think when you're in traffic like that and everybody's in tight, you're more apt to get the call than if you're just one-on-one breaking somebody down and it's just two girls going to the basket. And obviously White got the benefit of that call.
Tyra Satchel just picked up her second foul, only the team's second. Free throw made by White. She leads Williamstown with 9. Actually, I have Burch now unofficially with 11. 3:30 to play in the game. Sterling by 9. Again, they don't have to be in any hurry to do anything. Here's Satchel inside, over to Hodge. Unfortunately, Hodge didn't go to the basket. Satchel thought she might have taken a step to the basket and a turnover.
Yeah, she wasn't anticipating one step, and I mean that ball was just a little bit ahead of her, and she could have had an easy layup right there.
Sterling by 9, 3:12 to play in the game. Williamstown around the perimeter. Nice fake there. Inside they go. Nice fake again. Fadeaway shot is put in. Briana White now with 11 points. Now it's getting interesting. Sterling up 31-22. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. If you get an open look, if it's close, you can take it, but you don't have to force it. Kylie O'Donnell wide open under the basket. Let her go. Oh, now here's a forced shot. A little surprised they took that one. Nice Rachel Hodge. Good effort, though. She'll go to the line. Boy, I didn't think Tyra Satchel had a chance of making that, and that almost went in.
Yeah, it was close, but as you said, I think at this point, you be patient down the floor. If you see the opportunity, take it. But this is obviously the time. You don't want the unforced turnovers. You know, Williamstown's a very good team, and you've seen them run off about 4 or 5 points right here. 9-point game with 2:37 left. So, you know, they have the capabilities. But, again, I just go back to the fact that, you know, if they're not able to hit from the perimeter, it's going to make things that much more difficult for them.
Hodge tries for the second. Good job by Rachel Hodge. She now has 6. Back to an 11-point lead. When you're in that double distance, you feel a little more comfortable. 15-footer shot does not even hit the rim. But great effort, though, by Briana White, who's played a heck of a game with 11 points. The next closest player to her is 5, Bonder, the sophomore. Monica Burch penetrates and couldn't get it to O'Donnell, who again slips down. Coach Farr mentioned before the game, he's surprised how many girls have been slipping down on this surface.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a little dull. You don't. I mean, in looking at it, you don't know how much it's been waxed or how good it's been taken care of, but it definitely looks a little bit different than some of the newer gyms we've seen.
2 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the game. Sterling by 11. Shooter's roll goes in by Grim. Grim now with 4 points. And we have an unforced turnover against Sterling. These are these little things we've talked about they have to avoid. And Sterling will take a full timeout with 2:02 to go here in this game. I think that's a good job by Coach McDonald. Say, all right, girls, let's settle down. We still lead it by 9.
Yeah, and I think you have to do that, especially with Williamstown at this point being in a desperate situation, going with the press. And obviously the advantage that Sterling has is having a girl like Monica Burch, because anytime you're going with the press and you want to trap the ball, Monica Burch almost all the time is able to get away. You saw the one time down the floor here, she makes it to the left, but that's few and far between that happens. I mean, we've seen her in big games try and get trapped on the far side, and she just goes right by everybody, and that opens up everything for other players down low.
Things winding down here in this game. Sterling leading at 33-24. They'll get an inbound under their own basket. You know now you're going to get the full court pressure. I'm sure what John said, you're going to start seeing some fouling going on for Williamstown here. As team foul-wise, Sterling only against the Braves has 3. Sterling has 5 team fouls. So I think Braves got to step it up. Actually, Braves obviously will inbound the ball under their own basket. This is a big possession right here with them trailing it by 9. Gives them a little hope as we're now under 2 minutes to play. Nice drive there. Thinking about 3 now. They drive. This is a 2-pointer, no good. Takes a Williamstown bounce. It's rebounded by Grim. Driving baseline. Good play inside. Good job, Tanjae Lewis. Lewis anticipated that and knocked it away.
Yeah, and you see Williamstown trying to drive to the hole. One thing I'm surprised is they're not setting up the three-point shot. It just seems like they drive to the hole against a Sterling team that does a nice job. If somebody gets beat, the other person comes over and collapses off their man. They're not giving up much in the hole. You've had White get a few shots, but for the most part, Williamstown hasn't had much success in going to the hole, and I'm just very shocked they're not trying to shoot it out, push it out to the outside, to the perimeter, and go for the three-point shot, being down here by 9 points with 1:36 remaining.
Jessica Martinez picked up her third foul, the fourth team foul for Williamstown. 1:30 to play in the game. You can almost just play keep away right now. You don't even have to shoot. You just go around the perimeter and make them foul you. Here's Burch, and they're looking to double team her. Burch loses the handle, taken away by Bonder. Here comes Williamstown, trailing it by 9 into the corner. They're almost in three-point land right now as we're hitting 1:08 to play in the game. Right up the middle, White. She converts. White now with 13 points, makes it 33-26. 1:05 to play in the game, and this game is not over yet.
Not by any means. And again, as we said, coming down to this stretch, the big thing was, and I know Coach McDonald's emphasizing it, we can't have the unforced turnovers, and that's what we've had in the last couple minutes, a couple unforced turnovers, and Williamstown's taken advantage of it.
That's really the only shot that Williamstown has here, because once you get across the timeline, it's keep away, you're going to get fouled. Eventually, you're going to go to the timeline. So if you can somehow hold on to the ball and make a couple free throws, you'll be okay. But the unforced turnovers is what gives Williamstown the hope here. So again, the winner of this game in this invitational tournament will go on to play the winner of Eastern and Rancocas Valley. They are playing immediately following this game. So good opportunity, small town and a small team in Sterling, Group 2, to play with the big girls and get some good playoff tested experience today.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Tad. And the one thing I think Coach McDonald likes is the tough teams and the tough schedule they have towards the end, because it's only going to make you better, and I think that's the best way to prep for the playoffs.
1:05 to play in the game. Sterling leading at 33-26. O'Donnell inbound. Sterling has to kill 65 seconds, and look out, it's stolen. Here comes White. White doesn't get it to fall. And we're going to get a jump ball. Sterling catches a break there. Probably should have been a foul against Lewis, but a jump ball, and the Lady Knights will take it.
Well, nothing different than what we've seen throughout this game in the second half. The refs are really letting them play.
Hodge tipped it out. Boy, Justin inbound to catch that. Kick it out. This is almost a three. They'll take those drives in. The threes are what makes it interesting here. There's your three. Caulfield. Good. Caulfield for three, and Monica Burch is down. For Courtney Caulfield, that is her first three of the game, and Monica is really shaken up. You see the clock there. That is the time remaining in the game. But Monica is down, and she went down in one of our games about a week ago, and she has not lifted her head.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there. I didn't quite see it, but she must have banged her head on the floor, and she really looks shaken up. But, I mean, you look at this game and look at the last couple minutes, we've had probably about 4 or 5 unforced turnovers, and that's something, to Sterling's credit, over the last 3 or 4 games we really haven't seen. It was a problem in the early part of the year when they were playing against some teams that you felt like they were a lot more talented than, but they kept teams in games till late in games, mainly because of the unforced turnovers, and you can see over the last minutes that's what's really plagued them here, and that's one of the reasons Williamstown's back in this game.
You can see Monica Burch has not moved a great deal here. She is sitting up, but the problem being here, Kevin, she's by far the best ball handler in the team, and if she comes out, this really gives Williamstown a chance, because it's going to put some pressure on these, especially the freshmen. She obviously will come out here, but I'm anticipating the way she's looking, she may not be able to come back into the game. I mean, they're looking down at her ankle or her foot. She may have landed on the shooter's foot as she went up. Again, we're kind of screened by Coach McDonald there, but this is not something you want to see if you're a Sterling fan. It's somewhere in that lower leg.
Yeah, it is. And initially we thought she got hit in the head. She was holding her head, but I think you're right. You're looking at the trainer out there, and the coach is looking on. It looks like she does have a problem with her ankle, so she must have twisted or had a girl step on her ankle as she gets up. And again, it looks like that left ankle.
Boy, I'll tell you, she's being helped off the floor. So step one is somehow Sterling's going to have to get through this game. Step two will be to find out how long they're going to be without their point guard. And you hate to say it, you could be looking at the season coming off the floor right now here. It's going to be that much more difficult if she's not able to get back in.
Well, there's no question about it. She's the leader out there and definitely the difference maker on this team. And without her, they'll definitely have to have some girls come up the bench and girls step up who are out there on the starting five.
Well, there are two freshmen on the floor with Kylie O'Donnell. O'Donnell could go coast to coast if she wants. Gets it off to Lewis. Lewis is fouled and they convert. If there was ever a play the Lady Knights needed, that was it.
Yeah, and talk about somebody stepping up, making a big play. We've said a lot about Kylie O'Donnell over the last few years, the way she's unselfish, a team player, plays defense. But, boy, she made a big play right there, got away from a trap, and was able to look at Tanjae Lewis underneath for the 3-point play.
Tanjae Lewis converts. She has 7. Sterling by 7, 40 seconds to play. Kylie's going to get called for a reach-in foul, and it is a shooting foul. So Williamstown will go to the free throw line. Kylie has just picked up her 3rd foul, team 6th.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a bad play. I mean, you want to, again, make them earn their baskets. Right now, you're up by 7. So, even though you're putting them on the line, you don't want to give up any easy baskets at this point.
There you go. There's a classic example there is Bonder, the sophomore, not able to make it. She makes it a 2-possession game, though. She makes this. And she does. So Bonder converts. She has 6, a 6-point lead. Sterling has to kill 38, and now a foul from behind. Foul against Jade Bonder, I believe. We'll see officially who gets it. That is her 4th foul. It is against Bonder. 6-team foul. Braves send in Dinah Fife into the game. 37 seconds remaining. Sterling by 6. Get it into O'Donnell. O'Donnell looks up the side, and you're going to get a blocking foul against Fife. That'll be her first. Kylie O'Donnell going to the free throw line, and at this point, I don't think there's anybody else the Lady Knights want at the foul line.
No, and this is what you have to do. Obviously, you have to make your foul shots with 35 seconds left. Sterling being up by 6. Any inbound play, I'm sure Williamstown coach is telling them, foul them right away. So, if Sterling goes on to win this game, it's going to be their success at the foul line here with 35 seconds left.
O'Donnell misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Again, 6-point lead. 2 3-pointers can tie it. O'Donnell got a hand in on the floor. What do we got? Jump ball. Kylie O'Donnell again for her hustle. The arrow goes to Sterling. Sterling will get it.
Yeah, and we talk all the time about, there being times that Kylie's shot isn't falling. She's still a great team player, plays great defense. She's all over the floor.
Wow.
Goes again. She'll be going to the line.
So Kylie O'Donnell back to free throw line. 2nd foul against Fife. 27 seconds remaining. Now, if she can make the first one here, Kevin, it's huge because it's a 7-point lead. It forces 2 3-pointers and another 2-pointer.
Yeah, again, with 20 seconds left, that's really going to put Williamstown in a tough situation. One thing I'm surprised, though, and I know I mentioned it before, I'm surprised Williamstown in the last couple minutes hasn't attempted more 3-point shots. They had the 1 3-point shot they made, but they're spending a lot of time to the hole. Sterling breaks them down. They force it back to the outside. I thought they really wasted a lot of time when they should have had a few more 3-point attempts there.
Kylie O'Donnell, ice. 9 points for Kylie O'Donnell. Final 26 seconds in the game. Now they have to shoot threes. They'll let them drive and have that. Shot goes in on the drive by Bonder. Bonder's had a pretty good afternoon for a sophomore. She has 8 points, but the big story is 18 seconds to play. 6-point lead for Sterling. Monica appears to be in less pain over on the bench, but again, she is still sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and again, she's your main ball handler. I think right now, you want to get the ball in Kylie's hands, and you just have to have good movement, move the ball around, and at the same time, obviously, Williamstown, as they have done in the last 20 seconds, is just committing to foul. So at this point, you just want to go to the foul line, make your fouls, and you'll come out a winner in this game.
You can see on the right side screen that Monica Burch has taken her shoe off. She is being iced, and her leg is being elevated at this moment. And right now, barring major disaster, Sterling looks like they're going to get by this one and they come back from Williamstown. But just the future is going to be interesting to see what it brings with Monica Burch.
Yeah, I mean, and if you looking ahead to the playoff picture, you have to feel like you could get past the first round game, but you won't want to go that much further without her because, you could possibly face Camden in the second round, and even though they're not seeded very high, a lot of people are saying they're a very scary team, and you really want Monica Burch in there.
17 seconds and counting. Here's O'Donnell. They look to foul. They do foul. Courtney Caulfield with the foul, but again, heads up even by the freshman there to get it to the best foul shooter, to O'Donnell, and get her to the line.
Yeah, and that's no different than what we've seen all year from both freshmen. A lot of heady play, playing like veterans, and playing like in key games in tight situations. Either one of these girls really seem like they get nervous or get frazzled.
This is a 1-and-1. It's the 9th team foul. O'Donnell makes it. O'Donnell now in double digits with 10. She can tie Burch with 11 if she makes this. 7-point lead for Sterling, going for 8. Gets it. So now 11 points for O'Donnell. Final 13 seconds of the game. On the floor, great job by Lewis. They get it back to Lewis. And now Lewis is going to pick up a foul. Not what they wanted, but again, with 6 seconds to play, a little too much for Williamstown to overcome.
Yeah, at this point, it's pretty much over. I mean, they gave a tough fight there towards the end, but, it just came up a little bit short. Sterling had the unforced turnovers. That had a little bit to do with them getting back in this game, but in the last 25 to 30, Sterling just did what they had to do.
9th point of the game for sophomore Jade Bonder. She is now the leading scorer, actually second only to Briana White, number 2. Briana White with 13. It's now a 7-point game. Shot is missed. Lewis had it. Ooh, Sterling's going to get it. I thought Lewis lost that, but they're going to give it to Sterling.
Yeah, tough to see on that left-hand side. You don't know what the ref saw right there. She was right there, but it did look like, she did.
Sterling has to kill 6.2 seconds here. They get it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell was just about tackled there. Then they get the foul. Dana Fife on the foul, and this time, because it's the 10th team foul, she'll shoot 2.
Yeah, shoot 2. And, of course, it's pretty much academic at this point. Of course, Sterling looking on right now, and you have to think there's a good chance they're going to get a rematch. Eastern, obviously the top team in South Jersey, and, and I know we've talked about it. You just can't say enough about playing these tough teams, being playoff tested, as opposed to some of the teams that might just have, an average schedule and are playing some of the lesser teams at this point. You have to wonder if they're as ready as Sterling's going to be as you go and make this playoff run.
Well, that's the jab against Haddon Township. They've just played their conference schedule. Sterling's going to come away with the win regardless of this shot here. The shot is missed, and that is going to do it as the Lady Knights from Sterling come into Williamstown and defeat a huge school in Williamstown by a score of 42-33. And Kevin, how about Kylie O'Donnell, especially later in the game when they needed some big plays, she stepped up and made them.
Yeah, and you can see, obviously, if Monica Burch is going to have a significant injury, we're going to see O'Donnell handle the ball a lot more as we go into the play, get to the finals of this tournament, and as we go in the playoffs. And she showed in those last couple minutes that she's more than able to handle that load.
Well, that's going to do it for us from Williamstown. I want to thank Dan Farr for his first half, Kevin Schultz the second half. I'm Tad Kazaneski, along with our cameraman and technical guru, John Daly. An outstanding win for Sterling. They win it 42-33. They will play in the championship game against the winner of Eastern and Rancocas Valley. So, again, for the rest of the crew, I'm Tad Kazaneski. We'll talk to you next time right here on Channel 19.